All right, guys, welcome back to Dead Vibes Cafe podcast. This is episode 3. I am Lee.
I am Tony.
I am drowsy. My mic's a bit
he's,
fucked up today.
he's working real hard
Yeah,
to say that name correctly.
I forgot to mention that I'm a part cyborg, which is why I sound a little robotic right now.
Yeah, his
horrible.
left ankle is actually a synthetic prosthetic.
It is. I have like the Metal Gear Rising Raiden like high heel gun shoes.
That'd be really cool now.
You know, I kind of wanted to start this episode off today, boys, with a little bit of story time. And as both of you know, I just started a new job.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't necessarily start for another week now. We start on the 11th of September. I know, September 11th. It's a pretty heavy day for us Americans out here, but see, I'm half Ethiopian, and in Ethiopia, September 11th is actually considered New Year's. So we're going to be living it up at my house, you know, while everyone else remembering in that shitty day. My house, man, we're serving food. We got drinks.
Lee, can you fact check that?
Yeah, man, check it out. September 11th, it's Ethiopian New Year.
Just no way.
All of our Ethiopian counterparts out there, they're gonna look at this podcast and go, "Wow, how did that kid know that?" Little did they know, little Tony over here is half Ethiopian.
Kid, you're turning 30 next year.
It is the new year.
Okay.
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
Because you know sometimes he likes to lie to us.
Yeah.
Why would I lie about Ethiopian New Year? That's like my favorite holiday.
I don't know because
September 11th is like one of my favorite days of all
I don't know,
time.
man.
I don't know I'm gonna make sure that's out of context.
Jesus Christ. So bad.
Uh,
The first part of that, I was like, where the fuck is this guy going with it, bro? I swear to God.
So you like 9/11?
You know, man, I think 9/11 is like one of the best days ever. I get food, I get drink, I get pretty much everything I love about this world
Okay.
all in one day.
For Ethiopian New Year. For Ethiopian New Year.
September 11th.
Okay, I said move on. Fuck this.
Okay.
Move on. Fuck
Is
this.
that part of, is your story still going?
Yeah, my story's still going.
Oh, God.
But I had to take a drug test for this job that I'm currently going towards.
He pulled a me, bro.
And I ended up having to use some fake piss. Now, I go to the place with the fake piss, and when I get there, it has one of the heating packs. It's like a heating element to get it up to temperature, because you know piss is like a certain temperature when it leaves the body, and you got to get it just right so that it doesn't look like you're cheating, right? And so when I get there, it tells I look at the box. It tells me that I got to open this thing like 30 minutes beforehand, start heating it up, and all that shit. So I get there, I open up the heat pack. What happens is the heat pack that I got in the pack was defective. Now, I'm freaking out. I'm losing my absolute shit. I have less than 30 minutes now to get to this thing, give them my urine sample, and be done with it. And Drowsy, I tell you, man, I was in that exact moment, I had to bring out my inner MacGyver.
Okay.
I had to think a way out of my situation. So what I did was I took my innate love of the heat, innate love of hot environments, and used that to my advantage. I grabbed an old mask that was in my car, and you know, like the straps for the ears. Yeah, I cut them so it gave me 2 on each one, and I ran each of those through through a vent in my car to make like a little pouch that I held the bottle in as I blasted the heater on full blast until I saw the color strip turn green. And that was how I heated up my piss sample.
Okay.
Can I ask a question real quick, Tony?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Ethiopian New Year? Was that the first thing? Why was that the first thing you brought up? I was just like realizing as you're telling that story. I'm like, why did you even bring it up then? What the
fuck? Well, you know, I had to talk about my job, the job that I was like gonna get soon.
Yeah.
On September 11th, which is also.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, got you. Yeah, no, that was my fault for not listening.
It's okay. I understand.
Okay, I'll make sure to kick your ass in Mortal Kombat 1 for that one.
Man, you know,
Oh
wish.
man, earlier before the podcast, I was just like, oh, let's play some MK11. I haven't played in a year, just about, and he's at least had a few days in story mode. You know,
Hey
playing hardest
man, hey
difficulty.
man, listen.
Slapped him around like there was nobody's business, man.
Arguably, the first like 3 rounds of that, y'all, you got like some great ass characters, and I was giving shit.
Dude, those characters were like my worst.
Bro, Noob Saibot's your worst.
That wasn't even like the first one I got.
It was like the third.
That was like the fourth. I got the collector.
Okay, yeah, the collector was a bad
My
pick.
third was Jax. The next one I got was Aaron Black. The next one I got after that, fourth.
Were you guys
was
going random?
Noob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I just like that we're all taking collective hits from the little weed vape,
just a little bit.
the
Just a little
Pineapple
bit.
Express.
Pineapple Express. The best of the best. But yeah, I did the exact same thing. It was nice. Worked out.
I think we had fun though.
I think the good part of that story though is that it did work. Just that fake pee, man. I told you on the
Oh no, but
I
it
told
did
you on the
work.
first-
It did work. I got it through, and it worked 100%. When it finally passed the all the tests and everything, they even like shook my hand and they said welcome.
I was telling you, man. On the first episode, like fake piss from a smoke shop works every time.
It does,
Now
man.
listen. You know what's funny? The guy from the smoke shop even told me, "Hey man, sometimes the heat packs don't work. Got to watch out for that." I told him, "Hey man, don't worry. My luck's been pretty good lately."
Of course not.
I
What did
had to say
what did
those
that man
words.
also tell you, by the way, about the fake pee though?
Yeah, he used it in a similar work environment and it worked. But let me. So now that we're done with that story, let me take you to a separate story. So I had to quit my job, as we all know, and I gave them like a week and one extra day to work for them and to do my things for them and all that. So I go there for a week and one extra day and I do my things. By the time I'm done with everything, they're supposed to hand you like a check after, you've completed all your time there. When I get my check, it's like $600 less than I was supposed to be getting.
Why?
Exactly, Drowsy. Now, so I'm not gonna say, well, it's the grocery outlet. We're not gonna say which one, but let's just say that within the last like 7-8 months, they've switched ownership, and those new owners are complete and utter dog shit. They're fucking ass. They're terrible. I hope whatever
Did we
industry.
name drop location like around here and like?
No, I said because we live in Bakersfield,
Bro, stop saying where we live. God,
dude. Okay.
we're gonna get these people in trouble.
Live in Texas now.
Uh
Actually.
oh.
This is over Discord, guys. I live in Texas.
Yeah, that's why our like audio quality's been kind of shit lately.
Yeah,
We've been
I actually live in Alaska.
Yeah.
Drowsy. We've been trying to get him to come back down to like the inner 48, but he loves his life in Alaska.
Hey man, I hate the
Just
heat,
now,
man.
I actually happened to move to Russia.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
I find myself in residence in Southern California. It's pretty nice out here. Bakersfield, you know how it goes.
That's not Southern California, but okay. Anyway, let's move on. Lee was telling me about an interesting dream he had.
It really doesn't make any sense because it was super fucking random though.
Is it
'Cause,
about
like,
Arby's?
No, I never
Ah.
dreamed about Arby's. I took some melatonin, like the gummies I have, and I always have weird dreams on that shit every time. Like I'm always like just preparing myself mentally because sometimes I'd be when you wake up in like cold sweats after like a traumatic dream, sometimes that'd be happening.
Yeah,
and
that's
it'd be-
me every
but
night.
it's not like I honestly I'd rather have it be like a falling out the sky. Like I think I've only had that once as like a child. Uh, all these other ones are just so fucking weird that it doesn't really make any sense to me. But anyway, the main characters, the first part it's a two-parter, right? Because for some reason I was seeing like a South Park episode, but they're actually like humans. They just dressed up as them, and they're having these little argument. And I totally forgot everything that happened with them for some reason, and I ended up with George Lopez, right? and I was in this like white car. It was like almost like a James Bond ass car, right? And I shit you not, he said some like clever one liner. I wish I wrote it down. And then he does like a Tokyo drift into a construction site, and then it would look like Batman, like Arkham Knight. You know when he goes to the construction site chasing like the Joker and
Yeah.
shit. That's what he looked like. I was obviously prepared for that, like a motorcycle to start shooting out. And he just like leaves. But yeah, and it just kept getting weirder from that. Like when we parked, it would become an elevator, and then we keep going down these floors. And then on like one floor, I saw like you guys know like The Office. You know Kevin?
Yeah.
I saw Kevin in the bathroom. Like I was just like, hi. He was just taking a shit. I was like, what the fuck? And then we went to a room, and I guess they had Spy Kids Game Over playing on this like big flat screen TV. And then he was just like, "You want to watch for a bit?" And I was just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And then that's where the dream ended. And I was like, "Damn." Honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That's what I say. It was so random. And yeah,
Man, Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like that takes me back to my childhood now.
I somewhat remember what George Lopez said in the car before he did the Tokyo Drift, but he's just like, people always say I can't see either, and like I look at there's like a bunch of shit in the way, and he's like his face is like up to the windshield, and he still does that shit. I was like, damn.
Oh,
You have any weird dreams yourself?
me lately, nah, man. I had a pretty interesting dream. So like, it was about me going skydiving with a penguin. And you know, it's kind of funny because like penguins can't really fly too well. And you could tell like the penguin didn't like falling through the air. It was uncomfortable with that fact. But once we got through the whole experience, I feel like the penguin trusted me more. Then the dream ended. I, like landed back on Earth and my dream was over. Yeah.
Oh, did I ever? I didn't say.
Skydiving with a penguin.
I didn't say the one that I think I told both of you already, but I still think it's funny.
Yeah.
But it was just like that you gave like the Peter Parker look in like Into the Spider-Verse
Oh,
as like a
yeah.
bunch of grocery outlet girls were tearing at your clothes and is like doing all that shit, and then
I will say
it's
though,
almost near the reset time too, so I'm like waiting for it. I got like 12 minutes, so if it's the same thing as last one where I found my knife in my shop. I'm gonna see the Neo Frontier, bro.
You're
I
gonna see
want
a
the
Neo
sheriff.
Frontier knife.
I want the sheriff, bro.
The axe. You're gonna see the axe in your
Oh
shop.
man, I already saw it like twice already, so I don't think I need to see it a third.
And that's the one thing about like Valorant is like they have certain skins where I'm just like, man, I'm gonna
Dude,
spend money on these.
honestly, I play a lot of games where like my mood is always like I fucking hate this game, but then I still play it the next day. You know?
That's Valorant.
Yeah. I mean that's League too.
I mean, we haven't played League in a
I know,
long time.
but we were on there longer than we were on Valorant. Still, yeah, dude. Trust me, I feel like we were playing
Bro,
League a lot longer.
we're almost like level 50 in Valorant.
I was like, oh, did I start from level 1?
Yeah.
Oh shit, maybe I have been playing for a while.
Hey,
I don't know.
we've been hitting
No,
Val
but,
pretty
like,
hard.
But I'm actually higher level in League though.
Well, yeah, because we've been playing League for like a longer period of time. But like
Maybe.
you are really high up there in Val right now. And I'll tell
Except for
you,
the commoners,
in 10
man.
more minutes, you're gonna turn back on your PC and you're gonna open up Valorant.
Yeah, maybe.
Just for
Well,
that.
since we brought up Valorant, might as well go to the topics that
Alright.
I was gonna bring up for Valorant. The new map and how we feel about it being on comp already. I still have not run into it yet.
I did.
But really? Oh yeah,
It was
you did
really
tell me
bad.
that, yeah.
I don't really like Breeze as a competitive map. I think
The new Breeze changes
is
suck absolute donkey dick.
yeah, they're not very fun.
I have mixed feelings about it. I think honestly I would be fine if they just had it for mid, but A site was unnecessary in my opinion. At least that's how I saw it. Because I feel like it just got so much smaller and like
I don't like what they did to mid either. Mid's kind of weird now.
I think mid's okay in the fact that like you won't. It's not like it's like sniper zone, you know. Like that's how I
Yeah,
felt
that's
about
true.
it.
You don't necessarily have to have a sniper to get a kill in that zone anymore.
Yeah, you could just be. That's the bad thing is like it's really people really just don't look up. Like I watched Drowsy do this in deathmatch, just sitting on top of like in mid on the wall and just going around the little tower that's right there, whatever it is, and no one even looked up. They just kept dying, and they're just like, "What happened?" You know. Sage is really fun on that map, though. I've actually played her a few times on that map. She's really fun. Been doing these crazy peaks with her walls, honestly. She has a really good one on Sunset. I saw it too. I have mixed feelings about Sunset. I think it's I think it's all right. I just don't think it should have been added to comp until things were more settled down on how to use every character. Because every match I had where it was just like Swift or like the specific playlist for it, it was kids on like smokes, and they were just like, I don't know where to put any of this stuff. You know?
Man, I completely disagree. Matt, Sunset is so fucking T-sided. Like, it is the worst.
Like, explain what you mean by T-sided for our less
So, I mean, I
less
guess,
inclined viewers.
I played CSGO first, so, terrorist, counter-terrorist, equivalent is attack side for Valorant, I guess, attackers. So it's just very heavily, like, it's a good map for if you start out, like, on, attack, because there's so many easy ways to get onto sites, and mid is so hard to control with how big it is.
I agree that there are a lot of ways to get onto site, but there are also a lot of ways to flank your enemy on Sunset. I found myself in a lot of
Yeah, but
like
it takes
areas where
so
I'm ending up to
long.
flank.
It will take so long because of how big the map is, and it doesn't seem like a big map, but it takes a fucking while to get to another
It's a
site.
pretty big map.
Yeah.
So, there's not really a lot of purpose of flanking. Uh, but it's I don't know.
I've
I
seen
I
most
don't
of the
like
time it's
it.
probably the most affected where like wherever they're attacking, if the defenders aren't all right there, it's gonna take them a while for backup to come. So
I think
yeah,
they should have just made it a three-sided map again. Like, it's the way it's designed, it's like as if it was supposed to be a three-sided map.
yeah.
I think a three-sided map on it though would have been even more chaotic.
It'd be
I
easier to hold on defense though, because then you have to have someone mid. Whereas, like, I feel like if you don't have enough people on either site, it's a site immediately.
just
And
have
then all they have to do really is probably add like a fountain in the middle right there, or just put something there.
yeah.
Just some cover because people want to play a certain way. So I don't know. I think they're gonna do some big changes to it no matter what anyway. So
I wonder what kind of agent will be the new next agent.
I don't know.
I'm hoping another smoke.
I know that after Deadlock they have enough.
There's another duelist coming out. That's the next agent. It's a duelist.
With Deadlock coming out, you guys can have like a full team of Sentinels now.
Yeah.
So
I've done that a couple times here and there. Like we'll do a swift play and it'll be a whole swift play of like all sentinels. That shit's pretty fun.
I imagine so.
All right.
What?
I don't want to talk about Valorant
Yeah.
anymore. I'm mad.
It's
at the game.
sour.
Anyway,
It's
It's a sour
sour
topic.
yeah.
Drowsy is
The
a
amount of
little
things that happen to us in
angry.
that with sometimes throwers or
it's not a good time.
just people who quit the game.
Not a good
Last
time.
night
Like-
for me was especially bad. I legitimately just turned off my computer and
Nah, but when we won that 4v5,
bro, that was
it was nuts.
insane.
Nuts.
We had to fight for that
We
though.
won the 4v5 just to end up in another 4v5 because of the fucking Yoru on our team.
The game saw us all, oh, I see you did that shit, and I gave you 15. How about you lose 29 this game after you lose?
Yeah,
'cause
that
of,
was horrible.
Another person just
He
giving
started
up.
the game
throwing.
AFK, played 3 rounds, and then would go AFK again. Then when we called him out about it, he got real bitchy about it. And then he was just complaining the whole time in game chat while we were just trying to win the game. And
He was just like, fucking
Yeah,
playing
for
chess and
me,
shit. I'm
see,
like, what the?
I had a Yoru in my game. The one that I was like getting pissed off, right, Drowsy? And you were talking with Raubin. And yeah, no, that's why I got so pissed off. I was just like, man, this game is trash. Like he was not doing jack shit half the game. Wouldn't actually move until everyone else was dead. And then once he would start moving, he would walk like 10 feet forward, flash himself, and that's it. And he would end up dying.
man, how many times do I have to tell you about Yoru players, dude? Like, they're
I should have just dodged initially.
Dangerous, man. They're dangerous.
I said let's not talk about Valorant.
Okay,
Anyway,
okay.
I said
gonna
let's
bring
not
this
talk
up
about Valorant
before he
anymore.
brought up the Valorant.
We were, if we're still talking about video
All
games,
right,
we
I
might as well
want
talk about what you
now.
want to
We've
talk
actually
about.
probably had this conversation, like the three of us and probably others. We've added into it, but our favorite OG Spider-Man games. Since Spider-Man 2 is coming out soon,
That's easy.
know.
That's easy for me. So
Yeah.
prior to the new ones, right? Prior to the remix. Okay, so
No,
or I mean not the
well,
remix, but
they
prior
have
to
the-
the I'm talking about
Oh,
like
yeah.
the PS4 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
No,
prior
we're
to
not counting
that,
those.
right? Okay, so if that's the case, Spider-Man 2, Ultimate Spider-Man.
I always
are
wanted
my
to
two
play Ultimate
favorites.
Spider-Man. I've
Those are
never
good.
actually played it. That's the one you
Ultimate
can play as
Spider-Man.
Venom too, right? And it's like, yeah, and it's like the
Yeah,
kind of like
you
the
switch between
animated series,
Eddie
almost
and
looking
Peter
like
Parker.
very bright colors. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This might be kind
Yeah,
of an
it's really cool.
odd opinion right here. Spider-Man: Web of Shadows.
What about Shadows? Is, yeah.
No, Web of
On the
Shadows
Wii.
fucking slaps, bro.
Okay, that's where you lost. That's where you lost,
Okay,
me, dude.
you're tripping now,
That's where you-
dude. You are
I had that game
because
on
you
the
know
Wii.
I had the version. I used to have the Web of Shadows for the PS2, which was a dumbed down version of the PS3 version, and it was the exact same as the one for the Wii. And
I
not having a
remember
good time with
grinding
that
throughout
game.
that entire game to get all the little spider emblems, to get the Iron Spider suit as like my last suit after collecting 750 spider emblems.
I will say the only Spider-Man game I had on the Wii was Friend or Foe, which it does.
Friend or
It does.
Foe.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
never played Friend
The
or
thing
Foe.
That game
is like
slaps.
none of those villains would ever work with Spider-Man. In general, I'm always just like, okay, Doc Ock, Kai, I can see that. Vulture, maybe. Green Goblin,
Definitely
nah,
not.
man, he's just gonna torture him,
Nah,
bro.
man.
Like even like,
That's not true. In the Raimi movies, he goes up to Spider-Man.
yeah,
He's like,
but
are
those-
you in or are
yeah,
you
but
out?
we don't know.
Remember?
It's not exactly.
We
like
could rule the
movies,
city.
though, I don't think.
I'm just saying it's potential.
Oh yeah, it was still
I'm just
fun
saying there's
though. Like
potential.
playing
Like,
it, I
Doc
always
Ock,
invited
like
my
you
friends.
said-
I always, And there's
Yeah.
so many characters too. You wouldn't really feel
Because it was
bored of like,
multiplayer.
oh, I want to play this character. It's like, okay, I'll play this. Like,
Let's see. I also had Spider-Man 2
I
on
used
the
to play as
PS2.
Iron Fist sometimes.
you know something? I never actually did play. Speaking of, sorry, you brought up Web of Shadows, and I never actually played Web of Shadows
Oh,
either.
Such a great game.
I think I've only seen like all the cutscenes because I always like wanted to see because I always hear people talk about it.
Yeah, because you
And I
get like
always think
two
about-
different ones for each
Yeah.
option.
And I my favorite scene, no doubt, everyone knows it. It's when he's walking off the helicarrier, all depressed and sad, and he just sits off on one of the, like the propellers and shit. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, bro, he's over there walking while like
Yeah.
No Surprises by Radiohead is playing. Like, it's a great scene. But back to Ultimate Spider-Man. The design for that game is so good. Like, it is so good. Like, the cutscenes are like they're partially like CG, and then but they also use like comic panels like to go
Not even
between
gonna lie, I
like instead
never
of
even
like
played
using
that game, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
It is a great. You start off as Peter fighting Venom, and he starts out as classic Venom where he doesn't have the spider emblem on his chest. It's only after he absorbs some of like Peter's like power that he gets the spider emblem.
It's really cool.
But it's really cool. You start as Peter for a while, and then you switch back over to Venom. And if I'm correct, the first Venom mission, you fight Wolverine in a bar,
sounds
and
really
it's
cool.
really sick. Like you can like throw him through walls and then onto the street and use cars to throw at him. It's really sick.
You know how like in Spider-Man 2.
And you know how like in Spider-Man 2 they had you like the missions where you like help
Yeah.
a kid get his balloon back. In Venom, when you play in Ultimate Spider-Man, when you play as Venom, you can go up to they have him in the game, and you can go up to him and you
Wait,
can,
really?
Yeah, you can, because with Venom,
you can, because with Venom you like absorb people like you kill them like
Yeah.
absorb their
Oh,
life
wow.
to like, kill yourself.
and you can do it
Yeah.
to those little kids as
And you
revenge.
can do it to those little kids as a revenge. That's how they teach you that
Oh my
you can absorb
God.
like health.
It's a great.
Jesus.
It's a great
Yeah,
game.
I didn't know
dude.
that part. That it's It's a really cool looking game. I love seeing streams
It
of
was
people are
so
playing it still, you know. But I was like you, where I played
it's so
Spider-Man
good.
2 as well for PS2. Great game, even on
Mm.
PS2. It was really fun,
It's a
and like the enemies are always
game.
fun to fight against. They had like they were scare ones that you don't always see. Especially whenever I saw those guys with like the green mechs and like the missiles, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be an annoying mission.
I had all of them. I had all three of the movie games
I only had the
for the
second
PS2.
one. I don't think I played the first or the third. I did the next Spider-Man game I did play was Shattered Dimensions.
Shattered Dimensions. I have That's one of the ones I
That
haven't
one
played.
is
I've
really
only ever
good.
seen
No,
that.
that's not true. I had Shattered.
Wait, no, that's not true. I had Shattered
Oh my
Dimensions for the
God.
DS.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
had
just remember that.
Spider-Man 64 for the Nintendo 64. Yes,
No,
yes, I
what?
did.
Really? No way.
It was a great game.
It is a goofy game.
It is
It is a
goofy.
goofy game. I've seen.
Like you
I've
don't
seen,
you
like,
don't
all
throw
the-
your
the
webs onto
cutscenes.
buildings. You throw it straight up in the air and you swing.
Yeah, that's
That's
how it was for the first
Spider-Man,
yeah.
like, movie
the
game.
first Spider-Man like movie game.
Just go around as Peter.
When you just go around as
Spider-Man
Peter,
2
like,
had it. That's when like shit started getting real, you know, because like
oh
it
yeah,
was,
dude.
it was you could still see your
got
webs
rid
and
of that.
everything. You can see exactly what you're hitting on the buildings. You can even hold both triggers and hold yourself like this with the webs and everything, like across. Just hold yourself up.
Oh,
But
dude.
So,
pizza
so-
missions, bro.
Funny,
I
I was
remember the pizza
master
missions.
delivery, bro.
I love the pizza
Funny thing.
missions.
funny thing.
so
So
Spider-Man 3,
Spider-Man 3, that
came
one,
out.
when
They
it came
made one
out,
for the
they made
PS3
one for the PS3
better,
with
graphics,
better,
obviously.
graphics, obviously.
The game was also
But the game was also completely different from the one on the PS2 from what I
They got
had.
rid of all that
So they got rid of all that
dynamic
dynamic web swinging from Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 one. Because they put it all in the PS3 version. There was completely different missions as well.
What?
Like, yeah,
It's very different.
it's very different.
So
Like
strange.
from
Why would they
Yeah.
change it? It was perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that was one thing, man. The Spider-Man 2 game for the PS2 was hands down like one of the best games ever created.
You know, it was a good game that I played. That was like kind of like Superhuman
What?
Prototype.
And I never played Prototype.
Dude,
Everyone
I
always
have-
talks about
I
Prototype.
actually have
and
Prototype still, and I'll always buy it honestly because it's just so much fun to play. Because you're just like a host for this like virus that's now like spread over a city. At least it's for the first game. The first game's better in my opinion, in like just like not even just graphics. I think 2 has better graphics, but I think I just like once because of how it looks. Since I like those older looking games. But and it still had the fun of being like OP. Like I feel like he was OP. I feel like to become even more OP was just like a fuck ton of powers, which is nice.
Yeah.
But you can like literally just like run up buildings, like literally like running up them shits, you know. You can destroy tanks, lift them up, disguise as generals, disguise as humans, you know, any human honestly, and just gotta absorb them and shit. The boss is really cool too, and the story is actually pretty good for a story, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I had Tony giving me the evil eye.
I know, I noticed.
He was reaching out for my vape, and he's trying to quit, so he's giving me the evil eye. And you were asking me earlier how new this is. So when I got to Tony's house, I was like, how about we like search around here even to see if we can find another vape? And we were looking, and then finally, so you know how there's this part of your mattress, right? And then there's the box like underneath it as well.
Yeah.
So he lifted up just the mattress and he was digging around and he pulled this little puppy out from under his mattress.
Oh my god.
God knows how long it's been under there. It has like grooves and scratches like it had been clawed into. Like if you look at it closely.
I mean, you've probably had a bunch missing, and then you're like, well, I'll just go get a new one. So, you might find more. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I gotta go on a scavenger hunt around my room one of these days.
I remember when I just would have like some vapes underneath my pillow and shit.
And every
people-
time, bro.
Every time people were just like, "Yo, one day, you're like one of your
Shit.
next girlfriend or whatever, she's gonna find them underneath there." And I remember, I think it was like one of the first, like maybe month, found that shit. And I was like, "No."
Did she ask why? Was there like a whole
She-
heated debate?
No, she wasn't heated. She was just confused.
What was the debate like?
Oh, it was no debate. She was just like, "Why? Why do you have this?" Because she wasn't the one who like told me to quit. I just told myself.
Oh yeah, no,
But
no,
she's
I,
supportive. She's
I,
very supportive.
I understand that. I understand that.
But
But
that was before. That was when I was still doing it. So
but like, what was the reason you gave her for putting it all under a pillow?
save it for later. I was kidding.
Uh,
No, there was she only found one that time. Like I remember
only one.
people would keep their shit, leave their shit. Well, also that's also another thing is like usually it's just to hide it and then like to actually like if people forget it at my house, like not gonna say his name. Let's say his name is Jimmy.
Jimmy Beast.
Yeah,
he
Jimmy.
would leave a lot of his stuff over here, and so I would just put it on my pillow so I don't forget.
It's all Jimmy's
'Cause I'd be
fault.
forgetting. Yeah, maybe it's the
Jimmy and the
habit.
Beast.
Honestly, that's why I just put my stuff anyway. Honestly,
Yeah. Leave it under your pillow. Yeah, well, Drowsy pass the pineapple.
Sure.
so moving on to different. Since moving on to different shit, what was I gonna say? You want to bring up the coffee story? You want to explain yourself?
Okay, so you just want to get in a fight. So, so
This
like,
is just something that's been, in the back of my mind. We explained it to a lot of people, and I swear it's your side just seems so unlikely.
you piece of shit. You're such a dick. He threw the fucking the weed cart back at me, and he threw it at my nuts on purpose.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking, oh my fucking god. Speaking of on purpose, going back to
Yeah,
the
let's
going
get
back to the
to
story.
that.
So anyway,
Sorry about that.
yeah, fuck you.
Nah, I'm sorry.
It's fucking stinging right now. Anyway, we were on a road trip back in 2020. Ooh, dangerous. We did in the middle of the summer too. COVID, blah blah blah. We didn't care. We wanted to go on a road trip. Anyway, this was like towards the end. We were in Idaho. And it was middle of the night. We stopped.
No,
at
no.
Yeah.
That was Diamond City we were at, or Emerald City we
No.
were at. Yes, it was.
No.
No, dude, it was not Idaho.
we were definitely Idaho.
No, Idaho.
Was it Utah?
It was before Utah. It was like on our way before we even got to like Oregon and shit.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
This was after.
No.
It was definitely after.
No, it was definitely Emerald City.
Which
Because
coffee story? Are you talking about?
the one where you fucking spilled it on me.
Yeah, that one was after Oregon.
No.
I remember because a little bit after that is when the tire popped.
Maybe. We'll see.
Anyway,
We'll see. Bro, it already happened. What do you mean we'll see?
We'll see as the story progresses,
Because this
but-
was the same night as Big Phone, and that was in Idaho.
Wait,
Was that the same
Ben was on this trip?
No, Big Phone.
No, big phone.
Oh, big phone.
Yeah, that was in Idaho. Anyway, we stopped at a liquor.
Sorry, I didn't mean to name drop anybody.
It's a lot of editing we
There's
have
a lot
to
of
do
bands.
anyway.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, stopped at a gas station so I can get some coffee and all that because it was like 3 a.m. and I was the one predominantly driving during the trip, because I like driving and I like doing long drives. So I got coffee, and to this day, Lee will argue and fight with me that I did this on purpose, which it'd be a funny
Which
bit
is
if
true.
I did. It'd be funny a bit like if I did do it on purpose, but I didn't. It was just like we were making a turn.
No, okay. At first, believe that it was an accident, but your excuse that you gave me made me feel like you did it on purpose.
Which I
Because-
didn't though. 'Cause look, dude, we were leaving and we were going down like a hill, and then the exit onto the freeway was by a light. So here's the thing: is it's pitch
They
black.
always fight about this story.
It's
And
pitch
I
black.
just wanna
I
put
didn't
that out
notice
there.
how sharp the turn was to get onto the highway exit, and so like it was a pretty sharp turn that like woke up everyone in the car and made Lee scream because my coffee that I had just gotten had spilled all over his thighs and crotch.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Oh my lord.
now let me tell you my POV. Right, he just got it, puts it in the cup holder, right, and we're like, and I'm in shotgun, obviously. I'm dowsing off, but I'm like, okay, I need to stay awake. So I just end up just staring at the light that we had to do for the left turn to get on back on the highway. It's green. He stops at a green light.
I did
And
not
then
stop
he
at a green light.
Yes, you did.
No, he
because
didn't.
he realized it was green. And then I just see this man fully 2 hands on the wheel. Two. Fucking blitzes it. All the coffee just fucking spills on
You
my
need
lap,
to
bro.
you need to realize that it may seem like I stopped at a green light from your perspective, from the guy who was half awake, the guy who was falling asleep and half awake, who can't even fully recall everything that happened.
You
I
know,
wasn't
I-
no, but at that point
I
when
just-
when it happened and I was staring at the light, I was awake because that was what was keeping me up.
I just want to put it
And
out there.
because I looked right at you
Man.
as you started the turn. Like I looked right at you.
No.
That's how I know you used 2 hands on that wheel.
Like
as you
knowing
cranked
knowing Drowsy and knowing what kind of a driver Drowsy is, I would attest to Lee being 100% correct.
Me.
in
I'm a
this,
good driver. You know how many times I've been in your car where you make some like very decisive merges on certain lanes,
Now,
and I feel like I can see my light flashing before
I am
my
a
eyes.
decent driver. Lee can attest to this. I
Can
have
you?
yet to
Yes.
yet
I
to
don't know.
die from all my crazy antics.
The same man that goes 105 in a 65
Yeah, why the hell not?
because it's not safe.
And now Lee is gonna check his Valorant account to make sure he doesn't have the Neo Frontier Sheriff. But all in all, it'll be in my shop because I paid Valorant CEO to do it for me.
I just go average speed and at least what everyone else is going and chilling. I like listening to music, so I just chill. I don't want to waste more gas too. I'm a savior. Gotta save my money.
What?
The faster you go, the more gas you waste.
No, man. Gotta be a speed demon.
You
I
actually,
don't need to be anywhere that bad.
you actually waste more gas going slower.
You actually do.
I'm pretty sure it's the faster you go.
No.
No, it's the slower you go
Slower.
because you're using essentially the same amount of gas to like get somewhere. Well, I mean,
Actually, like your like prime utility for like going at a car rate is about 110 miles an hour for anything over a V6. And that's where you're getting the prime amount of like miles per gallon. You get like 50 miles to the gallon on any car.
Well, I still be cruising.
Oh man.
I do.
not on my old Hyundai. If I was on E for my last gallon, it's 30 miles.
Yeah, because it's your last gallon. Like it has to pull all that weight
Yeah,
with only having that much fuel.
and it's the best time
Yeah, that's
because
true.
I get a little panicked, looking for a gas station that I'm not nearby.
Nah, man, like really just like letting your car go the distance.
It's true. Anyhow, anything else you wanted to talk about? I saw that you actually put down a bunch of subjects, this time.
I did. Well, I was gonna bring up this, but you guys haven't really been fucking wanting to play it. It's kind of hard to talk about, but
What, TF2?
TF2, yeah.
I mean, I
And
just
I know you guys
recently
just started trying it.
tried getting into TF2 just because I've had the itch to get
I
back.
haven't played it all lately, I'm gonna
play
be
it.
honest.
Yeah, it's better than Overwatch for sure.
Yeah, I was just having an itch for like Overwatch type game, but yeah, I've had the itch to play Overwatch type game, but not actually play Overwatch. And TF2 has always been the better version of Overwatch anyway.
Yeah, it's honestly interesting to seeing you guys like haven't played it before. I played it since like a kid, so it's always been fun to play on the computer, and it's only one of the only games that I could run on my shitty laptops back in the day. Besides like Wizard 101 or like Pirate 101 or
Bro, tell
Toontown.
me you did not like go hard in Pirates 101 though.
Pirate. I never played Pirate 101. I played Pirates of the Caribbean online.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. That's a Pirates 101
Wait,
is
is
the
Pirates 101 a thing?
yes, it's the same people who
Really?
made Wizard 101. That's why it's called Pirate 101.
Holy shit, I didn't know it was like a real thing. I thought it was like what they call like they were just like
No,
typecasting for
it was Pirates of the
Pirates of
Caribbean.
the Caribbean online.
Yeah, it was just Pirates of the Caribbean online.
Yeah, because like I remember, bro, me and my friend Brian back in the day, right? We would go hard in that game. Like we would spend
Yeah.
hours upon hours.
I love sailing in that. It was so much fun. Just going to like a new island and everything was so much fun.
Then I remember convincing my parents to like, please let me get the premium accounts for just a month. And I remember drawing it out for them, drawing out like a whole like month of me doing chores and shit. And I was like, nah, it's worth it, you see. Cause like I'm gonna do all this, but then I was ending up playing video games all month and I didn't do any of my chores.
Oh my
And
god.
then my Prime
Hey.
membership got taken away from me. As fast as it
You know what's
came,
an
it went.
Sorry, you reminded me what's an embarrassing thing that you would do for like a video game to like get from your parents. I remember I said I'm not eating another bite until I get Little Big Planet 2 for the PS3. I always think back to that. I'm like, I really did that for Little Big Planet 2, bro. And I was like, man, it couldn't even be like a top tier game.
Nah, man,
like a
Little
console.
Big Planet.
Oh my god. I had fun though. That was a really
No,
fun
you
game.
gotta
for-
love, you gotta love like like, bro, I swear, when we were kids, we were ingenious when it came to like figuring out how we were gonna get the next game. We'd always figure that shit out. We'd always
Always found a way.
somehow, some way, figure that shit out.
My dad was a little easier because he always wanted to play the games.
I know.
I wanted to play.
Usually if it was a shooter, I
Yeah.
had a chance because my dad was like, "Swear, a shooter? Let's
Yeah.
go." But if it was anything but a shooter, anything that I wanted, and it wasn't Christmas or my birthday,
Mhm.
bro,
It's over.
it's so like God knows I'm gonna get to like maybe
he's
ask
like-
for this game,
He's like, I'm not gonna buy you Spyro. Get out of here.
bro. Spyro was the shit back in the day. I swear.
I had more Crash Bandicoots.
Nah,
for
bro.
that.
You remember Ty, the Tasmanian tiger?
I never played it. I seen it, but I never actually.
Bro,
played
I
it.
played that shit. I swear, having all the different boomerangs and everything. That
Nah,
game was
you
so
know
much
what's
fun.
about? Attacking the Power of Juju, bro.
Bro, that
Yes,
game
sir.
was
That-
so much fun.
That's such a like one of the oldest memories I have
Oh, that game was
for like
so much
older
fun.
games. And I remember correctly, it was a video game first, and then became a TV show, which is
Yeah.
like very rare for that to
Usually
happen.
it's like a TV show becomes a video game and the video game's trash.
Yeah.
But nah, the video game was good and the TV show was kind of ass, not gonna lie.
The animation was very hard to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
You guys ever watched Shaolin Showdown, bro?
bro,
Yeah,
that was a
we-
good ass show, I tell
Very
you.
good show, bro.
Underrated.
Very
We
underrated.
both had the video game for that.
Yeah.
You got the video game?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I still have like an unopened one somewhere in my storage because I only had it for the Xbox and I didn't have an Xbox growing up. But someone
I'm
gave it
telling
to
you,
me.
man, that's worth money somewhere.
Probably like $20 at Luna Video Game.
Hey, for a video game that's like over almost 20 years old now, pretty good if you ask me.
I'm trying to think like, so
It had no depreciation value. It stayed the same.
Mhm.
I had a PS2 for a long time because poor family. So I've had a PS2 all my life because it was the cheapest thing to have for me to have a gaming system. So I didn't get like a new gen console until like 2016 with the PS4. So I was just rocking with the PS2, a GameCube, and a Sega Dreamcast.
Bro, see, you had the Sega Dreamcast. I had the Nintendo 64.
My uncles and my other family had 64,
That's fair.
so I didn't really play a lot of games on the 64.
64 is a goated console.
It
I'm
is,
telling
it
you.
is, it is. But yeah, I had the PS2 for the most part because my GameCube and my Dreamcast were at my grandmother's house, but I had the PS2 at my house. But so I had a lot of games that a lot of people don't know about or haven't played or ever heard of before. Um, but like there's I had a most of the PS2 library, right? Like I have all the fucking classics. I had the Metal Gear series, the Silent Hill series, all the good ones, all the good Resident Evils. But I also had weird games like that no one's ever heard of, like Future Tactics, um, Suikoden 3. Like games no
So what
one's ever
about
fucking heard of.
Suikoden 1 and 2?
I didn't have one or two. My mom just saw the game and she saw that it had little anime characters on it. And she knew I liked Naruto as a little kid, so she just grabbed it and I played it. And I was like,
Bro,
it was like one of the first few
that's like
RPGs
my
I've had.
mom buying me like a Naruto shirt in 2022 and going, "Hey son, I remember when you were a kid, you said you liked Naruto. Here you go." I'm like, "What?"
Hold on, I actually have a funny story about that. So, Ben, his
Oh yes, our friend
yes,
Ben.
our friend Ben, his mom. I don't remember if it was his mom or if his grandma that got him like this hoodie, right? It was a blue hoodie. They knew that he liked anime, like to an extent. Um, so they got him a Naruto hoodie. But you want to guess what it was?
Was it Hinata?
Was it like?
It was a, it was like a dark, not dark blue, but it was like maybe like a brighter navy blue kind of color. But
I think I can
um,
imagine what blue you're talking about.
yeah. So it had half of Toby's face and then the other half of Kakashi, but it wasn't like official art. It was like it was like a fan drawn image.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
But yeah.
Wait. Did he wear it?
He wore it once because he thought it was funny. Um,
No, man, no.
but yeah, you guys were talking about Wizard 101 and all like those games. I didn't play Wizard. I played Wizard 101 for the first time this year.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because
What was your experience like?
it's all right. I'm having Zan carry me because I don't really care about the story at all. I'm just trying to level up to them because they're almost max level right now, and I'm barely like at level 15. So they just carry me through the games right now, and so I can get to their level. But yeah, I played it for the first time. My game though that I played it on PC because I didn't have a great PC, so I wasn't able to play Wizard 101.
Dude, did y'all ever get funkies? Hold on, let me get it.
Mine was the game I played was
Nah,
called
bro.
Spyro Knights, and I fucking love
You ever
that
seen
game.
these?
Oh yeah,
Remember
I had
funkies,
like
bro?
a couple of those. I had no use for them. I just like the design of them, so I just had a bunch of them.
I know. You probably like this one, huh?
I didn't have that one. I had a skeleton one.
Oh, the other one's nice too. I had the DJ one, if I remember correctly. That also reminds me, I had the.
But yeah,
I feel like this is a game
if
that
any of
like.
you out there still play Spyro Knights, hit me up, please. It's one of my favorite games. I've been playing it like 13 years old, and it's still up somehow. Please.
It's really good. But there's a game that me and my brother used to play on PS2,
Mhm.
and it was like I forget what it's called, but it was like a Neopet game for the PS2. I think it's the only game they ever came out like actually for like a console, and it was like Neopet Knights or some shit. Let me see if I can find it.
Honestly, I remember like the joy of getting a brand new video game on your PS2.
Yeah, so it was called The Darkest Fairy, and yeah, you'd play as this like fucking dog-looking
fuck?
knight, and like if I
What the
remember,
fuck?
it was very strange, man. Like, but um, yeah, if I play it now, man, I probably won't remember anything in there, but I remember we played it a lot for whatever reason. Must have enjoyed it a lot, or it's just the only game we had. I did play a lot of Red Dead Revolver though.
Red Dead Revolver rocks. I'm trying to
Very
look for
cool.
another game I had on PS2 that I feel like no one else has had. Um. Oh, that's right.
Bro,
There's one called
did any of you ever play this?
Nights. Yeah, Become Dreams.
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Solid game, solid.
I had this game on PS2 called Tenchu or Wrath of Heaven, and it is like it's very similar to Ninja Gaiden in a way, but it's super stealthy, and you play as a Kakashi clone. Like the character is like literally like a ripoff of Kakashi. He has a right here the fucking like like the mouth cover.
Yeah.
He has a scar over his eye and he has white hair.
Jeez.
They're very not trying to hide anything.
I like a lot of random movie ones too. Like I remember I had like Over the Hedge, the video game, and then I had
Oh my god.
then I had Flushed Away, the video game for
Bro,
PS2.
I had Flushed Away. That game
Yeah.
was great.
It was. I actually did like that one.
You know, for every now and again, they always came out with a decent like movie video game crossover thing.
I still want you guys. Oh, in Madagascar, that was bop on
Was that the
PS2.
one with the? Oh man, I think it had like a music mini game.
Maybe. I remember you have to sneak as Marty the zebra to escape out the zoo. You're in the city with like.
I remember there being a King Julian mini music game, or maybe
Maybe.
that was on my.
Oh,
I
the
can't-
Shrek game, bro.
That might
I
have
had
been a
Shrek-
Game Boy
Shrek,
game.
Shrek
Which one?
2 on PS2 was a slap.
I didn't have that one. I had what's the one where you like it's kind of like a beat 'em up when you can play with like three other people.
Yeah, I think it's Shrek 2.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Shrek 2. No, because I knew I didn't have Shrek 2. It was a different
Although
one.
Shrek 2 was a bop, it was a solid game.
A lot of cool stuff you could do.
And so many cool mini games.
Yeah.
Literally like an actually like pretty long story mode story. Actually enjoyable to play with friends.
Yeah.
I didn't have any back then, but you know.
You make do.
You make do.
Put some rubber bands on the controller.
I learned to play with my feet.
That's true. You guys see the new Ninja Turtle movie at all yet?
No.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's been out.
What?
I heard it was pretty good. I haven't watched it either. I did see some things on like TikTok, and I was like, "Oh man, that looks really good."
I think it was better than Ant-Man.
It's definitely better, man. Everything is leagues ahead of Ant-Man.
You know, looking back on it all, I don't think Ant-Man was that bad.
The first movie was good.
No, I don't mean just the third one.
It
No,
was
I saw the
decent.
third one.
No.
No, what I'm saying is like I don't know what happened because
Oh,
like
yeah.
I remember when the first one came out.
I mean,
That
I
shit
didn't
was,
even
like, pretty
mind the
decent.
second one. The second one wasn't bad either. Like there was some cool stuff in there, but like they just have him like as a gag character, and like I feel like that's what happens when like a gag character gets its own movie. That's how I fear if they ever make the Hulk movie, it's gonna be a joke as well because we saw what happened to him later on in that.
No, I mean like
What do you mean we
you
watched?
go back
Don't you
to
remember we watched the like original Hulk movies from like the early 2000s?
I like the original
they
Hulk
go.
movies. They should just go back to that.
no, but see
They're
like
so
with
goofy.
any like
I mean the new ones.
look
Like,
on
the
how
new
Hollywood
Marvel.
is going right now with She-Hulk, like bro, that was a disgrace. I watched it. I'm sad I watched it. And like an F in the chat for like everyone who's had like time and spent that time to watch She-Hulk.
Man, I don't really watch much like Marvel shit.
Yeah.
I'm not just really big on superhero movies anymore. I got tired of them. Only time I'll give them the time of day is like
I'm gonna be honest, man. The last Guardians,
Spider-Man.
Thought it was pretty
No,
good.
that being said though,
Guardians
the
of the
new
Galaxy was
Guardians
good.
was really good.
Yeah.
I remember watching it, and like I like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like the only franchise from Marvel that I like. I don't give a fuck about any of the Infinity War and Endgame shit. But yeah,
I don't know, man. Watching Peter Parker like dust away and
Tony's
in Tony Stark's eyes, you know,
arms
arms, eyes.
right into his eyes.
Uh,
But yeah,
Had a little bit too much pineapple, boys.
that was a good movie. I went with Ted and Scott, our friends, and I remember after we watched the movie, the intro sequence where Rocket's like walking to a fucking Creep by Radiohead. After we watched the movie, Scott said that when he saw that scene, he's like, "Oh wait, this might actually be a good movie," and he said he actually enjoyed his time watching it.
Wow, that's good.
Unlike Morbius, he says Morbius will always be his favorite movie though. He loves.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude. Every time I pick him up, he's like, "It's Morbin time," and then he gets to my car and we head to like Dallas.
Yeah,
I don't believe this, man.
I believe it.
It's
Scott
true.
would. Or
We, I think you'll believe me more if I
S
told
would.
you that in the middle of that, he also asked me to go to Burger King.
Damn it, it's true.
Yeah.
the Burger King himself asked you to go to his own palace.
Taking you to his own throne. Sit upon and be given a burger, satiate his beautiful taste buds.
Hey, if anyone has the Snoop Dogg air freshener from Jack in the Box,
Drowsy's
Drowsy's
looking- I want
been
it.
looking
Drowsy's
for it.
looking for. He's on the hunt.
I couldn't. I've only bought the Snoop Dogg meal like twice because I couldn't justify buying like that much food. Like it's a lot of food, even though it's like $14. But like, I didn't want to eat all of it like more than once, so I only got the Snoop Dogg twice, hoping that I'd get the little air freshener at least once, and I did not.
Do you think they're selling the like air freshener online?
Oh, most definitely. You can probably go on eBay and find one for like $50, knowing how some people are. Or it's like, I got this one signed by Snoop Dogg himself, like real, like $500. Like, hell no.
Oh my god.
I mean, Drowsy, maybe that's the only way.
I'm not gonna spend $500 on an air freshener.
But think about the fans, Drowsy.
Think how long it'll last.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't, I ain't doing that. I do want to get some fuzzy dice for my
Oh my
for
god.
my rear view mirror though.
Well, for which car?
I
There's
just
not-
interchange it. I'd probably get more than one set for each car.
Would you get different colors
Yeah,
or would
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said you were gonna get Jay Jonas. He's like little decal and put it right in your hood, right?
No, I was
Get
gonna
the Green Goblin in the rear view mirror too.
No,
so-
I was gonna get I was gonna get a picture of your face with flames around it, like screaming on the hood, and then on the back it was gonna be like it's gonna be probably like your ass or something.
No, in the back you're gonna have Peter in Spider-Man 3 where he's like leaving the bar and he like starts finger gunning like this. It's gonna be a moving one. It's gonna be made of lights. And you just turn it on. And you just go like that.
Is that like gonna be like my Christmas present?
No,
No.
you're getting a different thing.
We're egging your house.
in your house.
You're egging my house
Yeah.
for Christmas. Well, more than likely this will be my house for Christmas. So
No. Well, I guess I'm
Well,
getting
egg your
to it,
room.
man. Egg my be like, yeah, suck it, man. It's just like it's your house too.
we get kicked out the next day.
Yeah, we would. I'd rather not do that.
Yeah.
So what else? What else is on the agenda? Huh? What else did you want
My
to
fidget
talk
spinner.
about?
My fidget spinner.
Well, you know what we do, Lee?
Hmm.
We wait till the neighbors down there go on vacation or something. Then we throw a big party.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't mind the noise now because I mean, I don't do that much, so I don't think they're gonna be that bothered. And then he also plays video games in his garage, so half the time they're not really, and they're usually out for a while too. So, or they're sleeping, yeah, or playing outside. Well, it was inside, so doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The cats love this shit. They
No.
they run right into this fidget spinner made of metal, bro. And they're just like, I want to get hit by that. I want to smell that shit. Oh, dude, we watched the new Death Clock movie.
oh yeah, that's right. We watched the new
Yeah.
Death
They
Clock
left
movie.
me out of
But I
that.
think
Yeah.
we talked about this in one of the gameplay episodes, but it's fine, you know.
That's
I
fine.
don't think anyone's gonna be going back and forth with our
Yeah.
videos. You know, no
Trying to
one
find it. It's
no
like,
one-
you already said this.
no one cares about us.
I'm gonna throw this directly at Drowsy's balls.
Leave my nuts alone.
But, yeah, it was. I still think Metalocalypse Requiem was my favorite, but like animation wise, Metalocalypse Army of the Doomstar, man, that shit went hard with
Oh yeah,
animation,
that shit. I
like
felt like I was watching
insane.
like fucking Neon Genesis Evangelion at some points. Like it
Yeah.
Oh
was,
my god.
Yeah, dude, it was
it was
absolutely
really
their
good.
the way they detailed the facial expressions was absolutely insane. Um,
You guys remember where we found that $1 tacos?
I do. It's by my house.
Where we gotta find that place again.
I know where it's at. You don't have to find it. I know where I go there like every once in a while.
mhm. Rubio's actually has a pretty good combo right now. It's like three seafood tacos for like however much. I forgot how much it was.
All I
But
remember,
one of the
bro.
items I know you can't have for sure.
All I remember, bro, is like $1 tacos.
They're good. I think Tony's starting to get hungry because he was talking about shawarma earlier.
Yeah, even though he just had Jack in the Box.
Well, he just had Jack in the Box.
He even ate the air freshener as
He
well.
did.
He
Wait, that was an
slurped
air
it.
freshener?
Yeah, you ate it.
Oh
I saw the string.
shit,
I saw you slurp the string like it was
bro.
spaghetti.
They make them flavored. Like people like me, man. We don't get to see our air fresheners. We just eat
Oh
them.
yeah, speaking of shawarma, we already talked about this story, but I got to talk about it again. You know what I'm talking about, Tony?
I think that's a little poop right there, bro.
Nah.
I think one of the cats dragged that shit out.
No way, bro.
He must have dragged it out.
Wait,
Yeah, remember we got the shawarma like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
um,
you talked about it though.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter. No one's gonna watch. No one's gonna watch our shit anyway. Who's gonna care? Fucking dude over here, we get our food in. He squirts like tapatio like packet sauce like 4 times into like all over the place. Like just he couldn't open it. I had to open it for him, and every time he like go to squirt it, it just squirted everywhere. Mine on the other hand came out perfectly.
Now listen. I squirted this Tapatio packet in multiple directions. And it wasn't necessarily my fault. It was the packaging. Packaging was faulty.
No, it wasn't.
You know what? Sad food story I had. I had I think I told Drowsy this actually, but I don't remember. But I had one of those like it was like those sliced like potato skin or potato, right? And you like mix it with cheese after putting in like a pie or whatever. And you put it in the oven, you just let it cook, right? And then you pour the cheese and you start mixing it in. It's supposed to be like cheesy, right? Like cheesy little potato disc, you know? I remember I had cooked it, did everything, put it on the thing, put it on the plate. I took my first bite, and I was like, hey, it tastes like shit. Like, what's wrong with this shit, dude? I don't get it. So I was just like, but I'm hungry because I was being left home alone and no one was gonna be there, and I was just like, I have nothing to cook. I was like, fuck it, let's just keep eating. Hopefully, it'll taste better at some point, right? And I was like, man, what am I missing? And I was like, I ate like 70% of it before I looked over to the side. I looked at the paper towels and I see the little cheese packet I unopened, and I was like, God damn it! And I put on the rest of them, but at that point, I was like, I'm just sad. Just
He had to
But
eat through an
plain
entire
potatoes.
like packet of plain potatoes, just like no seasoning. He didn't even think to put on salt. He's just like, I need to suffer through this entire.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, man! You know, I've legitimately thrown away entire dishes that I made because they came out bad, and I'm just like, nope, I must do better. And then I'll make entire ones again.
That's not true all the time, you know. Remember the cabin?
Now listen,
pasta
the
you-
cabin.
The sour ass pasta you made.
Yeah.
Because you
We
decided.
were talking about that
Yeah.
recently without you because we were with the Asian, the other one. And we were like bringing it up that day because he was the only one that ate it, and he was just like, "Yeah, I remember him cooking." He like poured. He was like, "Shh." I poured him some vodka right into the pasta. Let's make it sweet. I'm like,
He poured the apple flavored vodka into the pasta. I mean, we were.
no. He put a Smirnoff Ice. Like if it's apple, it's a Smirnoff Ice because the vodka was plain flavored.
No, the
It
one,
had no
the
flavor.
one we got.
The vodka was
The
flavored.
vodka that we got. Like the
had
big
in the
bottle.
freezer?
That one was
Yeah.
apple
Dude,
flavored.
that was a plain.
No, that
It was apple
flavored.
flavored.
That was apple
That was not
flavored.
It
apple
was,
flavored.
'cause I-
Dog, you can read the bottle. It said apple flavored.
Dude, I did because even just well, even someone has already used it for cooking.
What was her name?
Shut up! I can't.
It was pear.
It's either pear or
Maybe
apple.
pear.
It was
Maybe
one of
pear.
those
I don't
two.
know.
Anyway, he decides to pour it in there, and we're eating this shit. And at some point, he's like, "You know what, guys? This is bad." And he's like, "I'm sorry."
The confidence he had for it too, because he's just like, nah, man, I got this. He's just over here cooking. He's just like, yeah, he's been playing Cooking Mama for like
I'm not
10
gonna
years
lie.
straight on DS.
I'm not gonna lie. The amount of like things that I had to make said meal, very very small. I only had 1 can of tomato sauce.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
No,
Yes,
I didn't have any salt, any pepper, any seasoning.
Oh yeah, that's right. The place, the Airbnb we're staying at decided to leave no spices for us to use, not even salt or pepper.
like I had nothing. I think I used like some old garlic powder that was inside the
It's
cabinet.
alright, guys. Our Asian friend who was also there, he got a 12-pack of Hot Pockets, but he saved us 3. So I guess it's okay. He had 9 in 3 days. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes he'd skip lunch and have 2 for dinner. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And on the last day before we were going to leave, he's like, oh, hey guys, you guys want some Hot Pockets? And it's like 3 left. There's 4 of us. And he's like, so which one am I getting?
He didn't
I was
say
like,
that.
"Fuck
The
off."
worst part is Lee and I.
It's basically what he
Oh
said.
man, Lee, what did we eat on
You
the day that
can't-
we went
You
skiing?
didn't fault him too much because we were pretty wasted the whole time. We were doing nothing but drinking most of the time we were there.
Lee,
That
what-
was true.
we fell asleep to Minecraft music one
Oh my
night.
god.
That was hilarious.
Please.
Dude,
Oh,
okay.
man.
I feel like Drowsy remembers it differently as we always do.
I
Well, yeah,
remember it
because
very
you
differently.
guys are keeping us away.
Me and Tony, we were using like the main bed. They were using the kids' beds. There's like 2 of them, so we had 2 for each room, and the walls had like a little hole in the top, so you could still hear what was going
It
on,
was really bad.
and you can even yell at each other, and we could still
Well,
hear
yeah,
each
because it
other.
was a triangle shaped like cabin, and you can tell it was like not built by contractors. It was probably built by someone. So triangle shaped, like roof on the second floor, and then but it was just like a straight wall between like the part where like it angles at. So it was just a big ass hole in the center between the hallway and the 2 rooms. And you know, like me and my buddy Scott. It doesn't matter if we say his name, by the way. He's coming on the podcast at some point. Anyway,
Is he gonna be known as
he
Scott?
doesn't fucking care, dude.
Okay.
Anyway, we were in the room trying to go to sleep, and these 2 fucking baboons are in the other room laughing their asses off. And then when we were trying to get their attention to tell them like we're trying to go to sleep, and then you know like they'd start laughing even harder, and then next thing you know like it's like maybe like some silence passes, and then I just hear rain sounds and Minecraft music playing, and I just looked at Scott and I'm like, what the fuck? And they just both start cracking up again. They're like super loud and they wouldn't stop talking. And at some point one of the nights, because they do this every night that we were up at the cabin, like where they would just be super loud before they went to bed, just talking to each other, super loud, giggling and gaffing and all that.
You know what's sad? I don't even remember what we talked about.
I don't either.
I don't have a single gosh.
All I remember is there was a point at one of the like last nights where I looked to Scott and you guys kept trying to get our attention and talking to us, and I just looked at Scott and I was like, don't reply back and don't answer, just pretend that we fell asleep.
I think
And
that
then-
was the first night.
No, that was the last night because because it didn't work on the first night. You guys kept us up. Anyway, I looked at him, and at some point, you guys just realized and thought we fell asleep, and you guys got quiet, and we finally were able to get some sleep.
I remember the first night when Brandon and I fell asleep. The second night, didn't we like find the movies on the second night, and didn't we watch like all of?
No, it wasn't the
That
second
was-
night.
that
We
was the
started
third.
Berserk on the first night, and we that's
Oh,
all we
Was that
did.
the first night?
Yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause we found it after we went snowboarding.
yeah, it was all on the first day.
That was after the first night, though.
No, we watched
No.
all the Berserk because we
We
were only there for 3
started. We
days.
started right when we got back, because Drowsy had found him.
I thought we got to Big Bear. We spent the first night, then we went snowboarding, and then we got back, and then we
No,
watched.
because here's the thing: is we were there for 3 days, 2 nights. We
Yeah.
watched it on the first night, and we watched it on the second night. Then we left the next morning.
So we probably watched the first day, went snowboarding, then watched it the second day, and then third day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, man, I would go back to that same Airbnb mostly because of their movie collection. That was one of the best movie collections I'd ever
It
seen.
was good, and we didn't get to enjoy the jacuzzi last time. I mean, you and Scott went in for like 3 seconds and then got out immediately because it was too cold.
We were in there for a minute though. We weren't in there
Not,
for like
not just
3
that,
seconds.
because they were also drunk, so it's getting like hot as hell.
Yeah.
We kind of got way too fucking toasted. I remember we didn't even bring any like regular drinks. We didn't bring water.
not
We didn't
needed.
bring anything.
It was-
We brought vodka.
Well, I mean-
that is all we brought.
I mean, we went to that liquor store, remember, and I got that gingerbread flavored Mountain Dew.
Oh my god! I didn't even try it.
It was really bad. It wasn't bad. It was just interesting. It had a weird taste.
You know, guys. You know what I'm really like. I'm really feeling right now. What I really want. I want a milkshake.
For a closing topic.
Our closing topic will be saying fuck you to a job. You know, because when I left the grocery outlet, it was like one big fuck you. Like I was leaving, as I was leaving for the last time, never to return. I looked back at one of my old coworkers and I go, yeah, the motherfucker tried to jip me, like during a big ass rush that they have. And I made it very apparent that this asshole tried to like, jip me out of my pay. But yeah, don't shop at the grocery outlet, folks. Unless you're broke as fuck. I shop there all the time. And we got some good ass deals.
I don't know, man. Because, I worked there with you for a while.
And Drowsy, I'm sorry that you got fired. I'm sorry about that. Like I didn't know. I didn't know until it was too late.
Yeah, workplace politics,
I don't even understand why.
You told me why. You said that one other manager didn't like you, so she fired me to make you look bad.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so anyone have any recommendations for anything? Anything at all? Anything you've been enjoying lately?
The live action One Piece on Netflix. Even if you never watched One Piece, it's really good content.
It's true. That's
It's pretty good. Very fast way to see the East Blue, even though it does take out a lot of stuff and condense it to a lot smaller. It was actually pretty good. And for those who still don't like the English in it, you can always switch to the Japanese language, and it's the VAs from the actual anime for most of the characters, at least. I believe it's not all of them, but it is for the main cast.
Watching it in the Japanese voice acting, it sounds really good and it like looks super cool.
Mm.
And so honestly, I think it's a solid live action from animation.
It's like number one in the world in a lot of places,
In my opinion, I think it should be number one in comparison to most other adaptations
I think
of things.
Yeah.
Do you remember how bad the adaptation was for Death Note?
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was
No,
fucking
when
We
awful.
have a problem
One
with
Piece-
Lake Turner.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't like Lake Turner?
I hate that fucking. It's so bad.
One Piece is already number one in a lot of the country and
Really?
a lot of the world. Yeah, in the world and in our country, there's a lot. It's like it's number one. It already surpassed Wednesday's opening
Really?
and Stranger Things season 3.
Damn.
So
I mean,
Or
I thought
season
the
4 or 3,
acting
whatever.
was solid. I
Yeah.
thought everything about
the
it was
action and the
amazing.
costumes were actually really good too.
And even, man, I kind of love Buggy's character design. I think
Buggy's
he looks
best, man. I
hilarious.
love
He
Buggy.
looks awesome.
Buggy, Mihawk, and Sanji had the best designs and just
Man,
action
Sanji,
and
my
action in
man,
general.
coming through every single time.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Definitely check it out.
Does Drowsy have any recommendations for his fans?
Not this week. Not really.
Play Valorant with Drowsy.
Nah.
We'll
What?
we'll have a stream up and running at some point where we will play Valorant with Drowsy.
You can watch my streams, but I haven't been streaming lately, so you're gonna have
Exactly
to
why we'll set
figure
up
it
a time
out.
and place. We'll set it up, and you can look for it on our Twitter.
I want to give a shout out to my main slices back down in the 5-0 and the 212 and the 655.
619.
No, the 6110.
Oh man.
In the 11009.
What about the 562?
That one too. Jakey. Go watch Jakey. Go watch some Nicky Jakey videos and go listen to his music.
It's true. You should.
Go check out this video called Dracula Flow 3. That shit's pretty hilarious. It is probably the funniest thing I've seen in a while. Anyway, boys, I think it's about time we wrapped up.
Yeah, my ADHD is getting worse by the second.
My ADHD has
It
already
wasn't
gotten,
it wasn't
like,
it wasn't
super
this bad. It wasn't that bad before you reinstalled TikTok,
It's true.
You know, we tried to get Lee to delete TikTok. We got him to delete it, and then he re-downloaded it, and now it's just infected his life. He has no control
It's bad.
over
It's bad.
over his life.
All right, well,
Once Mortal Kombat comes out, I think I'll be fine.
Will you delete TikTok?
I just don't use it.
I think the world should weigh in on Lee's TikTok addiction.
anyway, let me end this for the fourth time now. Thank you for stopping by. I am joined here with these two hosts here by the name of Honey Tone Tony, aka the Slim Dog 5195 on Xbox. And then to my right over here I got my main man Lee 7585 Noodle Ninja 555 on Nintendo eShop. You want to hit him up.
And what's your name on the interwebs, Drowsy?
You want to find me anywhere on the internet, it is Chumbawamba 555.
Well, it was Dogmov.
No, it's Chumbawamba 555.
Yeah, what about Valorant?
Valorant is Chumbawamba 255. Didn't have 555.
Man, why are you giving them your alt account?
What?
Why are you giving them your alt account?
It's not my alt account. If you want to find me anywhere on the internet, it's PK Tired. It's the name I use for everything.
That's true. That is the name you use for everything.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Drowsy.
I am Tony.
And I am Lee.
Good.
Night.
If it's night, I'm going to bed. It's still daylight, but I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.